Hey guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my channel. So, today's episode, video, whatever you want to call it, isn't going to be a pleasant one. So I'm giving you a disclaimer before I get started. For the past few days, well, first of all, we have been not officially under quarantine. It's been suggested that we quarantine ourselves as much as possible. Not really quarantine, but social distancing for 3 weeks. And I've been working from home for 2 weeks. And about 3 or 4 days ago, our dog got sick. I mean, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. She lost her appetite, so she wouldn't. Okay, if you know anything about our dog, she demands her 2 bowls of, they're small bowls, but her 2 bowls of food every day. Whenever she's like clockwork, when she knows that it is 8:30, she's scratching at her bowl ready to be fed. When she knows it's about 4:45 in the afternoon, she's scratching at her bowl to be fed. Like, she's demanding food. So she hasn't hardly eaten anything. A little bit here and there. She hasn't drinking a lot of water. She has been super lethargic. She's wanting to sleep a lot. When she gets up, she acts like she doesn't have the strength to get up. She doesn't run around. Whenever we put her in the car, I literally have to lift her into the car. She can't jump into it, and maybe this is TMI, but she hasn't really gone poop in at least like a real normal routine poop in at least 2 days, maybe longer. And I thought that, well, maybe she got something from the chickens, and I have medicine for any sort of illness that she can get from the chickens. So I've been treating her, and she just hasn't been feeling better. Like, she hasn't gotten better. And so I decided this morning, I got up and I let her out and went and opened up the stuff for the chickens, and she almost couldn't walk back into the house after she went pee. And so I was like, you know what? I have so much anxiety about sick animals because of our dog Chloe that we had to put down. She was 3 years old. She had seizures. They had never officially diagnosed her with epilepsy because obviously vets can't do their fucking job. No offense. I have a lot of anger and resentment towards that entire situation. They let her suffer for months without actually figuring out what was wrong with her. They would mess with her medicine, cause her to get sick. It was just this whole negative experience. And so when pets are sick now, I have so much PTSD from illnesses because of all the vet visits, taking her to the emergency room, her getting having seizures at the house. All that kind of stuff has given me so much traumatic experiences that our dog having a tummy issue brings up so many things that give me anxiety, and they stress me out, and they make me start to worry about things that probably aren't even the issue. Like go on to the extreme level of, well, maybe it's cancer, or maybe she got salmonella from the chickens, or, whatever. It's just intense, just an area I don't ever want to mentally be, the scared part. And it's because, we're less than 6 months out from when we had to put Chloe down, and so everything's still fresh. So I decided to take her to our vet this morning, and I read on the vet's website, because they have a disclaimer with all the coronavirus shit that everybody's so afraid of, whatever, teach their own, that you come to the vet office and you call and you tell them either if you're here to pick up a prescription, why you're here, whatever, and then they will let you know if you can come in the building, I guess. So I get here, and I'm on the phone with the receptionist, and I'm telling her, who I am, what my dog's name is, so she can look up their files, what the symptoms are. And she tells me, okay, well, we're gonna call you whenever you're allowed to bring your dog in. We're only doing one patient, or however many doctors are on call, one patient per doctor at a time in the building. And under normal circumstances, this would not bother me. I don't like being surrounded by people, and people who can't train their animals to behave properly, and that's a super big pet peeve of mine. But when I know she's not feeling good, and I know that all it's going to take is maybe some blood work and for them to do a quick exam of her, I'm not happy with the fact that I have to just sit in my car and wait for my turn in line, because they're only open for 3 more hours, and if they don't get to her within that 3 hours, guess what? I have to take her to the emergency vet, which is $300 just for them to see her. I know this because I took my other dog to the emergency vet 2 or 3 times in the last year, which is insanely expensive, and I'm in the hole debt-wise on my credit card because of all the times that we had to take her to the vet. I mean, it was a very, very expensive year on our other dog, and I'm still paying off stuff slowly. It's going to take me years to pay everything off. And so I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated in general how everything's closing and everybody's acting all paranoid. There's friends of mine, well, people I used to work with. I don't know if you would consider them friends. I don't know. I mean, I used to be friends with them. I'm not super friendly with them anymore. It's not that I'm not friendly. It's just that we don't see each other and we don't talk a lot anymore. But I'm still Facebook friends. So I guess you could say we're friends. And, there's this girl that I used to work with who every day on Facebook, she's just doom and gloom, and how she's so depressed because she needs social interaction, and she hates working from home, and all she wants to do is drink, and everybody needs to just leave each other alone so this stuff will go away, and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking, not to be rude, but that is your problem. I actually enjoy being at home. I enjoy the social distancing. I enjoy the capability of working from home. Like, I think it's a dream, but you don't see me boasting about it on Facebook or all over the internet saying, oh yeah, this is great. Like, that's really how I feel. I love it. I will be really upset when I have to go back to regular work, because my dream is to work from home eventually, full time, and be able to be in control of my schedule and my time, and to be able to make money however I want, and to be a hands-on mom and all the stuff that I want to do, and to be able to do it. So like, this is just like training wheels. It's just an experiment, and I love it. I mean, there's nothing I don't like about it. And so it's really hard for me to hear people like her just complain, which is, whatever, teach their own. But in an instance like this, where I have a sick pet and you take them to the vet, I mean, the vet I go to, it's an animal hospital. They don't take appointments. It's walk-in only. So it's literally a line system. The first person in line, second, third, so on and so forth, based upon emergency, obviously. But it's just so frustrating that, I mean, it's cold. It's in April, obviously. We're like the second or third day in April, and it's still cold outside. I mean, we're still getting a couple nights of below, I don't know if it's below zero, but it's like freezing temperatures outside. And it's chilly to sit in your car, and if you leave your car running, you're wasting your gas, and all the stuff that goes with it. And I'm just sitting here thinking, can't you have at least 10 people in your lobby and have them 6 feet apart, so that way there's social distancing crap, and you're just constantly wiping shit down? Like, I just don't understand why everybody is freaking out. Like, for instance, if you had a job where you literally touch people, sick people, or people's germs or whatever on a daily basis, yes, you have every right to be paranoid. You have every right to be upset and to be very cautious. But if you don't deal with people, and you're not around people, and you're not in a situation where you can get people's germs, you really have no reason to be freaking out. I'm sorry. Yes, they say that the germs of this stuff last for so many hours, but that's typical with every type of germs. I mean, you got people, just look at office environments. how many times do you have an office environment where there is someone with a head cold, or with the flu, or with pneumonia, walking pneumonia, or any of those types of respiratory things, and it gets passed from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, all the way around the entire office, and then it comes back again. Like, you get that stuff too? Like, I just don't understand why. Yeah, oh, this is deadly. Well, it's only deadly for certain people. Sorry, it is. And I hate to be this person because I don't like being super negative. I don't enjoy it, but it's just like, people are going to die anyways. How many plagues has our species, survived? How many natural disasters? I mean, there's a balance to the amount of people dying and the amount of people being born. Right now, we are at, like, way overpopulation for the amount of people that this planet can hold. I mean, why do you think there's less fields and we're having to outsource a lot of our food and things like that? It's because there's so many people who are building apartment buildings on top of a field, or all the houses are, smushed together, and there's, I don't know, like, I just feel like in general, old people live too long now. They just do. They live a lot longer than they used to, and less children are dying at birth, or at a young age. So there's no balance between the amount of people leaving and the amount of people coming in. Now there's higher number of people coming in and a higher number of people that haven't died yet, so we're just at a huge capacity, which I don't care. I mean, like, I love the fact that people aren't dying off and we're able to be quote unquote healthier, but at the same time, the earth and karma, however you want to look at this, there's a balance to everything. And when we get out of balance, something happens to right us back into the right way. Whether it's a natural disaster, a plague, illnesses, you name it. Like, there's some way to right the planet. Like, there has to be. I mean, otherwise, we would literally have a person a square foot on every inch of the world. I don't know. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe I'm just cranky this morning, but I'm just so sick of everybody being all terrified of fucking coronavirus. I don't care anymore. I really genuinely do not care. Maybe this is selfish, and you can call me selfish, I don't care. I fit in the right criteria of being young, not having any sort of major illness or chronic illness or, immune system problem. If I get it, which it's possible I already have gotten it. I was really sick in the beginning of January, and the symptoms that people are saying is coronavirus, so it's possible I already got it and lived through it. I'm going to get a mild case of it, be sick for a while, and then I'll be fine. So it's really hard for me to be around young people who don't have chronic illnesses, who aren't prone to any of this stuff, freak out for no fucking reason. Old people should freak out. Young people who can pass it to people should freak out, and people with some sort of illness, whether it's diabetes or a chronic illness or whatever, a compromised immune system, they should be the ones worried. But everybody else are going to be fine. And maybe that's just my opinion. I'm not in a good mood this morning. It really pisses me off that my entire life is being complicated because of shit that we can't control and shit that people can't act properly. Like, I get that people don't want to get sick, but a lot of what's causing these illnesses are people not having proper hygiene to begin with. That's it. If you covered your mouth when you sneezed, and you washed your hands, and all the kind of stuff that you're supposed to do, a lot of this shit wouldn't be exploding if you didn't cough on people. Like, there's just so many things, and I'm just like, this is all common sense, and everybody's an idiot, and they're not doing it properly. Yeah, there's probably more to it. There's probably a lot more that I don't really give a shit to know about this stupid virus. I do not care. Not one bit. If everybody stopped talking about the coronavirus, I would be happy as a clam. But instead, every single person, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on the media, whether it's on social media, like, you just name it. I am so sick of hearing about the fucking coronavirus. I don't care anymore. The only way I'm going to care is if people start dying in the tens of thousands very quickly, if not 1 and 2 here. I mean, if you look at the number of people that are alive on the planet and the number of people that have actually died from it, we're at like less than 1% of the population. It's like 0.0000 something. I mean, we're not even close to like 5% of the population, 20%. Like, I mean, we have how many billion, trillion? I don't even know what number we're at now. I think it's billion. Like 8 billion, 20 billion. I don't know. We're in the billions of people on the world. And we've only lost like maybe 10,000. You know, maybe 30,000. Like, if you look at the numbers, that's not a lot of people. And a lot of those people were ill. So they were more susceptible to catching it. Or they were little tiny babies that were just born that don't have an immune system yet. They're not born with one. You know, they're born with a compromised immune system because they've never been infected. You know, they never had to fight off an infection or anything. Like, those are the people that are dying. You know, and I'm not just talking old people. Like, there are young people who have cancer and shit. They've died. Well, yeah, their body's already fighting off something, and they don't have an immune system. Duh. That's why. Side note, the vet just takes the dogs in. She doesn't even let me go into the building with her. Okay, here's my question. My dog, for instance, she's really good with people, and she'll go with anybody, especially if someone that she doesn't look at as a threat, which is, you know, a good thing. What if you have an animal that won't go with the vet and you need to be in there with them, otherwise they won't go? What are you going to do then? Just not go in? Like I said, all this shit is stupid. I am so irately mad about this entire experience. They're lucky that my animal will go with them. Other animals, when they don't feel safe or they don't feel secure, they bite, they growl, they fight you. They refuse to go in without their owner. What are you going to do then? I don't know. I'm in a bad mood. I may not even post this video. I'm pretty pissed off. Thanks for listening to this rant. If you did, you don't have to like what I said, and that's fine. I want to be real. I want to be transparent on my channel, and there are days that I get very frustrated, and today is one of those days. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.